We're going to hop into how you, we're going to give you the blueprint on how to keep that relationship thriving, surviving, growing, strong, bonding, and everything like we've been able to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, a lot of things that we've been doing, like I said, it just came. It wasn't natural, but it went by so quick, man. Like I said, we really didn't have too much problems in our probably first 10 years of marriage, man.
Yeah, and when we did have a issue, it was petty. Like it wasn't something that we couldn't, come back from. But I'm in the 19s now, so learning and growth has kept us close to, like, because we're learning now the keys.
Yeah. We knew the keys, but we learned like the definition of what we was already doing.
Yeah.
So now we're able to put a face to a name.
Yeah, but I can't even really say that I knew, because that's not my background. Like, so like my mama wasn't married. Like my mama just had, she would have boyfriends, but there was nobody there for me to look at to be like, example to be like, this is what a marriage is supposed to be like. This is how you communicate. This is, I didn't have that.
And for most people, they did. For some people, they grew up in a 2-parent household, but for most people, they saw a single-parent household.
Right, but some people had somebody that
they
can look at and be like, oh, that's a okay.
But healthy relationships are built on a 5-to-1 positive interactions. Yeah. So they might have saw one healthy relationship, but they saw 5 unhealthy relationships. Yeah. Majority of people, I guarantee you had maybe your grandmother, but the rest of the relationships was chaotic.
Yeah, and then sometimes it might be that one that you think is a great relationship, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So that part. Okay, we're gonna give you the blueprint that we use in our relationship, and that we know works. Step 1 is healing the roots. 2 is healthy boundaries. 3 is using the power of 2 letters, which is no.
Nope.
Step 4 is taking responsibility. 5 is to forgive and define. 6 is to close the door behind you. And step 7 is to ignite intimacy in your relationship and rekindling the flame just in case it went out. So let's head back to step 1, which is healing the roots. It's very, very important. Like, really, that's why it's step 1. Yeah. Because without healing your roots, or at least
acknowledging your roots,
at least starting to heal your roots.
Because you can never be fully healed.
It's going to be really hard for you to get into a relationship, for you to have a healthy relationship if your roots aren't being worked on. If you're not weeding out the roots. Yeah,
understanding like because like I said, when you get in a relationship, your partner is going to bring out everything in you, the good and the bad. And so if we're not aware like why or just aware what comes out of us when our partner like reacts to us, when we in that heated moment or those times when we're not at our full self and we're not in our adult mind, then we're going to be confused and we're going to keep showing up. So the quickest thing, healing the roots, is just really about understanding that when your partner comes at you, something in you from the past is causing you to react the way you did in the present.
Right.
It's not this relationship. It's something that you think like, what? I ain't gonna never let nobody talk to me like that. Or something from the past that triggered you when you get in a new relationship, or when you're in a new conflict that's gonna cause you to jump out of character.
And that could be something from as far back as your childhood.
Or something from a previous relationship.
Absolutely. So, Black people, therapists is not saying that you're crazy going to see a therapist. Therapists are needed.
Yeah, or like I said, some people you can heal yourself. Yeah. You can work this out yourself, but that's why you still gotta know direction in which you need to go to begin the process.
Yeah, I feel like you
And
need
you
to talk
too.
to somebody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do.
Because you just can't see all your own
Yeah, it's hard to see the picture when you in the frame.
The things that's really holding you back. You know, I think a therapist would be great.
I would say because a lot of people, we spend so much money on the outside. I see people spend thousands of dollars on the outside appearance, but we forget, especially when if your quest is to be in a relationship with somebody, then you're gonna love from the inside. So you can look pretty as you want to. You can have your beard shaved all up. You can have your little front singing, jewelry all on your neck, and your hair the best. Your nails done. You got the Remy hair, and you got the $500 wig. You can do all that if you want to. But if this right here and the inside is not right, then you're gonna find out you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah,
you're gonna be miserable. Because you're not going to know how to make the outside work if you can't make the inside work.
Yep.
Because like I said, they say we fight not principles, not physical being, but the inside demons. The demons inside of us is the ones that we fight daily.
Yep.
And it's going to be us to control that. We can control those inner demons, and we're going to be able to have a lot more fulfilling life and relationships around us.
Yep. And you know, it's true what they say, misery loves company.
Yeah.
So if you're miserable from the inside or out,
yeah,
you're gonna get into that relationship, you're gonna make that person miserable, or the relationship gonna be hell.
Yeah. So I would suggest, guys, if you really want to make this 2024 and beyond a good year of growth, because sometimes that's all we got to be better than we was before. So if you really want to make this year growth, I would suggest that this year be the year that you spend more money on the inside than out.
We challenge you.
I challenge you this year. The challenge is spend more money on the inside than out. So if you need to go spend some money. Like I said, I guarantee you, if you doing your part, because sometimes you still got to do the work. People only provide you with actions and solutions that you can take to help yourself out. Nobody's going to hear you. Nobody can help you. You got to be the one to do it. So if you put forth the investment in yourself and do the work that it takes to grow yourself, then I guarantee you're going to look back in 2025. You're going to see this year was a year of growth, a year of exponential growth in your life. If you invest most of your money inside of you, and that means inside of your head, inside of your heart. These two things, because in the heart and mind, that shall you speak.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely, that was major keys alert right here, y'all. Spend it on the inside.
Yeah,
spend it on the inside. Who cares
Get
about
you some coaching. Get you some. Go talk to a counselor. BetterHelp.com.
Or you can talk to a relationship coach.
Yeah.
Ding. All right, yeah, so that's good stuff. So even if you're married and you find yourself snapping on your partner, you know, for nothing, or, you know, you think it's for nothing, but you just don't know that you're dealing with something from your childhood or from a past relationship, but you just can't bring it out because you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's okay to just, you know, both of y'all go to a counselor or a therapist.
Or just you go, because it might be something personal that you work on. And a lot in relationship, it's not about your partner work, you fix me and I fix you. You each got to fix yourself. Yeah. So no matter what, your partner can have their problems, you can have your problems, but if you fix your problems, you're going to realize the next person's problem probably going to fix too.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, but I also feel like that the partner need to go to.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like at some point, but don't wait on your partner. If you got a partner that's like, I ain't going to see no therapist, and I ain't crazy, you know, or I can fix this myself. This is my relationship. Can't nobody tell me how to do my relationship or whatever. Then go start fixing yourself, because you have to be the change that you seek. Yeah, you got to be the change you seek. So if you go, then maybe they'll follow. Yeah. In the E class with the goggles. Yeah, because
I mean, Amanda, I know a lot, especially for men, they think they know everything. A lot of people, they think they know everything. They think they just, but you can tell if a person know everything by the relationship. If his relationship's fucked up, he can't talk to nobody. He don't know how to talk to you. He don't know how to keep you unhappy in a relationship, that means he don't know nothing. That tell you don't know nothing. Then you probably need to get help. Put egos aside and just stepping up, taking responsibility when you know it's wrong, so you can get help pushing the right way. It's the most boldest, bravest thing you can do in your life is to step up and say, I need help. I can't do this.
Yeah.
That's the most bravest thing you can do in your life is to say, it ain't working. I can't do this, but I need help. I need external factors to help me out with this internal factor.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you're gonna watch 24 be a year of growth that you've never seen before in your life. Invest your time and energy into the inside of you. And your kids too. Everything used to be a good. We're not gonna spend all that outside money because all the outside money is making Nike rich, making Timberland rich, making the Chinese store rich by you buying all that weave in here, making iPhone rich by you playing all them video games on your little phone.
Yeah.
Everybody getting rich but you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be rich on the inside, and that inside rich is gonna eventually project outside because we love from the inside out. You don't love from the outside. You don't love from the outside in. You love from the inside out. So that's food for thought.
Yes, it is. So we can move on along to step 2. That was good. I hope that was we was able to help you guys with that one. That was good.
Yeah.
All right. So step 2 is to set healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
And have a healthy, healthy boundary creates a healthy relationship. So we're creating healthy boundaries. Hopefully, if you are already married, then you definitely need to stop what you're doing. Pause this. Go grab your spouse and set some boundaries if you haven't already, okay? Because if you don't set boundaries, things tend to be haywire.
Yeah.
All right, so setting boundaries is like putting a gate. Putting a gate up.
Yeah.
Let's say a privacy fence at your house. So you know how it feels to have that privacy.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Without the privacy fence, everybody can just walk through your yard. They can just do whatever they want. All right, so if you in a marriage, like I said, if you married, in a deep relationship, about to get married or something, set some boundaries. If you're dating, be sure to sit your date down and talk about your boundaries.
Or when you just get in a relationship. The date don't want to hit no boundaries.
I mean, well, if it's a serious dating, about to, I think you should really talk about these things before you actually get into a relationship, because it might be some things that you like or dislike that the other person, like having kids. He might be a person that want to have 6 kids. You might be like, nah, I don't want 6 kids. I set my boundaries right there. I don't want 2 kids. In fact, they might want a white picket fence. You might want a wood. I mean, you just got to set boundaries. It's going to be a lot like, I don't want you hanging out with your homeboys after this time. Just like certain boundaries you got to put in place, because you can't change a man or a woman, just because y'all together now.
Yeah, and a lot of
people
knew what it was
when you became a part of it.
Like if that man liked to rip and run the streets with his homeboys, he liked to be out more than in. Then if you're not setting them boundaries, like
if you met your girl at the club.
Yeah, they probably like to go to the club.
Right. And you don't want her to go when y'all together. That's something you should be letting her know. That's expectations too, but
early stage. Like I said, if you want your man not to be like, I like my man to be at home most of the time. So home most of the time, that means that he should be at home most of the time more than he out.
Right.
But your person, you might be looking at somebody that like to be out on the street. So if you don't set them boundaries and you realize, like, I know he like to run the streets. I know he like to be out with his friends all type of night. That ain't the type of man I like. I like my man to be up under me. I like my man to be home. I like to be cuddled up with my man.
Right.
So if you that type of woman or that type of man or my man, then you want to make sure you set those boundaries up front, because once you already in notion doing things, it's kind of hard to go back and say, oh yeah, by the way, I want these boundaries in place.
Right.
So you got to establish boundaries early on. And every stage there's a new calls for new updates to the boundary sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but if you're early stage, like I said, you need to make sure that you got boundaries in the relationship. And maybe some people have never even set boundaries. You need to set boundaries.
Yeah, and setting boundaries, that's going to go for everybody, though, too.
Yeah.
Set boundaries for your family, your kids, for everybody, especially within your relationship.
Yeah.
Because family and kids, and we're going to get into them later, but on the next episode, so make sure you join us, but both can ruin a relationship.
and boundaries just show people how they should treat you. You got to be careful when you set those boundaries, though, because when you set boundaries, you need to be the one that uphold those boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody see you set a boundary, you break the boundaries, man, they come at you, they broke the boundaries, and you accept them breaking the boundaries, and they're going to come back and break those boundaries again. So when you set boundaries, you must be the first person that makes sure nobody else crosses your boundaries.
Right.
Stick to your guns, man. Even if it causes smoke with the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people don't want no smoke, but even if them boundaries cause smoke with the people around you, you gotta stick to your guns. So you say you don't want nobody eating in your car, people don't want to eat in your car. If you got boundaries, and boundaries mean that you can tell your partner, like, I don't want to go to your mama's house. I don't like it over there. They funny acting something. And if you love your partner, you respect your partner, then your partner's going to respect those boundaries because they know that, one, you're being honest. And at least you told me, and I respect you, so I'm going to respect your boundaries that you don't want to go put yourself in an awkward position.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So respect your boundaries and that helps the people around you respect your boundaries. So when you put boundaries in place, stick to your guns, hold down what you said, be a person of your word. If you said you're going to do it, you said you don't want people to do that, then don't let them do it.
Not only respect your boundaries, but respect others too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I feel. If you got boundaries, you know how I feel to be broken. It don't feel too good, so be sure to respect others' boundaries. So let's move on to step 3. Step 3. We hope step 2 really helped you. Step 3 is the power of the 2 letters that end to the O. N-O.
No.
Oh boy.
I know it's hard. I believe it's hard for people to tell people no.
Man, it's hard for people to accept no.
People will rather tell you a lie than tell you no.
Yeah, they will.
Like, I ain't got the money. Not no, I got the money, but no, I don't want you to have it.
Right.
No, I ain't give you no money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hard for people to do. And it's even harder for people to accept. That's why it makes it hard for people to say it. Yeah. Because,
if you can't accept, most people, I believe, if you can't accept a no, then you can't give a no. But if you can accept, like, I can take no. And I can give a no. I can tell you no quick, but I can also accept a no.
Yeah.
So I do believe people that can take a no can give a no. But if you can't take somebody saying no to you, especially something that you want from somebody, and they say no.
Yeah.
See, look, I said. See, look, I'm looking at you when I said it because
I know you looking at me. I'm like, what is she talking about?
yeah.
But nah,
she can't take no. Some people can't take no. Can you take no?
Yes, I can from certain people. I don't like to take no from you.
No.
And it depends on what it is. But I think that people, the way that people act again when somebody say no, and depending on who the person is, it makes a person not want to tell them no, because the person don't want to deal with them no more. Let's take your children for example. Somebody that you really love, you tell them no. They feel like the world just.
But see, that's why you got to be able to say no. But you don't got to tell them. You don't got to give them an explanation. But some people need an explanation. No, I'm not giving you this money because you should direct your own money.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you set the boundary of no in the beginning, then it wouldn't be. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad. So it's when you
don't.
They used to you saying
Yeah.
and then when they ask you for something, you give them that no.
That crushes.
That crushes. That crushes.
You want to find, like I said, if you want to find out their relationship good, tell them no when they really need it.
Yeah.
They go see their relationship
or
good.
when they really want it.
Yeah, because everybody, most things is you got wants and needs. And a need is not nothing that you done messed up your own money, then you come ask me for money.
Right.
That's a want. Because you should have wanted to do wise with your money.
Right.
And you wouldn't be coming to ask me.
Absolutely.
We got to distinguish from wants and needs now. Need is you just lost your job and all of a sudden you just happen to lost your job on a day-to-day you getting paid and they actually didn't pay you that week.
Right. And when people get dependent on you, you like their paycheck.
Yeah.
They're like, shoot, I'm going to call her next Friday. And then they get to call it every Friday. You know, you're like, dog, didn't I just give you some money?
But they pay you back, though. But sometimes you
still
got to...
they don't. You always got to ask.
Yeah.
You got to ask. I can't stand to have to ask nobody.
Yeah, I don't like it. You ask me for it, but I got to come big. I got to hunt you down. You act like you never even borrowed the money.
Right. You know what exists.
That's why I like to say, you got to say no to borrowing money.
That makes me say no. Like the next time, I'm like, nah. Nah, bruh. I ain't got nothing for you.
But it does feel good to be in a place where you're a lender and not the borrower, because God said He wants us to be lenders and not borrowers. So when you start growing in relationships, guys, you become the lender and not the borrower. That's the beauty of building, even single or with somebody.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, just knowing who to use those
those two words.
Yeah, and
when.
Yeah, and also why.
Yeah,
you know, those two letters of no, that can be magical.
Magic.
Shall we move?
Yes,
Read. Okay, so the next step is step 4, which is taking responsibilities for your actions and your words, which is my baby's favorite.
Yeah.
So.
Read the verse in that right there.
Okay.
Take responsibility for your actions.
Okay. So shall my words be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto
Read all the way down there.
I sent it. And that's Isaiah 55:11, King James Version. Read this.
Yeah,
it can be easy. Whoa. No. Okay. It can be easy to play the blame game. At some point in our lives, it has been our favorite game to play.
Yes,
However, the blame game isn't just about pointing fingers at others. Instead, it's our way of escaping the responsibility of being accountable for our actions and our words, for being responsible for ourselves. Okay? Here's the thing, though. Healthy relationships are built with 2 accountable individuals coming together as one to do life together.
Yes.
Joining the us team and out of the individualist society. You both have to be responsible for yourself to show up for your partner. Corinthians 13:11, the King James Version. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child and I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. All right.
Yeah, so I would think, like I said, which is chapter 3, the most important thing, step 4, the most important thing you're going to do in your relationship, to grow your relationship forward, is to take responsibility for your actions and your words. Now, don't take responsibility if your partner come to you with a complaint and you know you did it. Don't.
He's talking to me.
Don't sit there and try to justify why you did it or why you didn't do it. Just say, I'm sorry, I did it, and move on. But I think...
Even if you didn't do it.
Even if you didn't do it, especially if it's... Because a lot of times it be small matters. Did you take out the trash? Or why you didn't do something. That ain't nothing worse than you try to justify being wrong. Because that's what it is. You justifying why you're wrong. Why not just take responsibility and move on.
Don't be looking at me.
I ain't looking at you.
I can feel it.
No, I ain't looking at you. But like I said, I think a lot of people suffer with that. They take a responsibility when somebody come at them. They get offended and offensive, like the person's making a general attack on them. But a lot of times it's not an attack on them; it's an attack on the situation. And when somebody come at you, it's just it can be just so easy just to accept it. I apologize. And now, what can we do to move forward? Because a lot of people, they know how to get in conflict, but they don't know how to resolve conflict, come to a solution, and move on. And that's what I think relationships about, like really growing and keeping that relationship strong is about getting in the conflict and working through the conflict and coming out on the other side and not let that conflict put a barrier in between their love and growing the relationship.
I'm not even going to speak on this because I'm terrible at it. So as you know who wrote this part in the book.
Well, like I say, but me personally, like I said, I think the man is the main one. Like I said, it's hard to have a good relationship if you got an immature man.
Yeah.
If you got a man that really is very immature and don't want to take accountability for his actions.
Yeah, because he the head.
Yeah.
And so if the head ain't right, ain't nothing beneath it gonna be right.
Like I said, I would believe the head of the household. If your man is not right, then the whole house is probably gonna be chaotic. Or the house cannot stand. Like I said, the man is the man is the one to hold the house up, and the man in the house at the top too.
Yeah.
And the woman is everywhere, but the man is the foundation.
The woman is all in between.
All in between. But the man is the head and the man is the foundation. So if your man is weak-minded, he can't take responsibility, he's not headstrong, he don't have nobody he look up to higher than himself.
He don't have a vision.
Then it's going to be hard to really move that relationship to a lasting, loving, growing relationship if your man falls short of take responsibility. Now, the woman, I know sometimes, women do too, but it's the responsibility on the man to take responsibility for a lot of things that happen.
Yeah, so take responsibility for your actions.
Yeah.
You know when you've done something. Like I said, I can't even really speak on it. But you know when you're doing something that you need to take responsibility for.
Because a lot of times it just be small matters, man. So accept the responsibility, apologize for the situation, and find a remedy to.
And I always lead with I.
Yeah.
If it's something you did, don't be like, you made me do this, so I did this. Lead with I. But let's move along because for the sake of time. All right, so step 5 is to forgive is divine.
Yeah, and this is an everyday thing, man.
Yeah.
Every day.
It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's kind of hard for a lot of people to forgive. But
I know certain situations like infidelity, I mean, like hard stuff.
But see, here's the thing. In infidelity, if you can't forgive them, then you need to leave them or her.
Yeah.
You know, if you married, then you're not supposed to marry anybody else, you know, or even mess with anybody else in that manner. So if you got that mind, it's till death do us part. So if you got that mind to where, or that stamina, or whatever the word I'm looking for, if you got that and you can leave your man or your woman and not have to have sex with somebody else, or not have to, you know, be in the presence of another man like that, a woman, then leave. Yeah. If you can't forgive. Yeah. Because, I mean, ain't nothing like being in an unforgiving relationship. That's torture.
But if you're a person, you do face with infidelity or something and cheating or something that's really hard to break, and infidelity things, but once you accept the infidelity, you say you still in the worship trying to work it out, then you got to close the door. You can't hold on to that grudge. I know you never forget, like I said, they say the weak never, the strong never, well, anyway, people never forget what happened. I know you never forget, but you can't let it keep putting in the forefront of your mind, so it keeps sabotaging your future.
Right.
And so many people can't move on to the future because they stuck in the past.
Right.
So if you want to keep moving forward, then you gotta every day you gotta forget the bad stuff that happened to you.
And forget
Every day you can bring it up, but then you gotta all right. I know this happened, but it's not gonna hold me back. I know this happened, but it's not gonna hold me back. Keep putting it in. It's gonna come. Everything. I mean, every day every day is new, but sometimes we still face the same demons. So whenever negative thoughts, because a lot of times it's ourselves sabotage. Oh, he cheating on me. Oh, he this, he that, or they this. But every time we keep bringing it up to our front, we need to throw it back in the back. So this is not going to control me.
And the only way to really get it back to the back where it ain't going to control you is to forgive.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to forgive.
Every day
you got to forgive.
You got to forgive.
Okay, so, I mean, these things go together, as you see. The person should be taking responsibility for their action if they cheated on you.
Yeah.
They need to take responsibility for their action, and then you need to forgive.
Yeah.
Because to forgive is divine.
Yeah.
Okay,
and don't be holding grudges on you.
You can hurt yourself holding on to all this.
Yeah.
Bag lady. You gonna hurt your back. Your back. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, to forgive is truly divine, and I truly believe that.
We do that. Yeah, you got to do it. Forgiveness, like I said, is almost like every day. I mean, things happen daily. Some things happen weekly. So the forgiveness is something you got to do on a daily basis. All these 7 steps, and sometimes these happen daily, man.
Yeah,
I know we put it in the book, made it look long and like it's a big drawn out process, but in actuality, these 7 steps are things that we do and you do daily. We set boundaries daily. I got new boundaries. I said we set daily. No, not today. We're not doing this today. That's a boundary.
Yeah.
Set new boundaries every day, man.
And things, forgiving is not like something that comes in a day a lot of times, though.
Yeah.
Forgiving takes some time. Sometimes you got to give yourself that time.
Yeah.
Then you can, be like, okay, I forgive him. Or you got to pray about that thing. But it just sometimes it takes time.
But in the forgiveness process, especially infidelity, you can't bring it up. Because once you bring it up, if you think, I just can't believe you did that. Then you bring it up in your mind. You got to throw that back. As soon as it comes to your forefront, you got to throw that thing back. No.
See, if you bring it up, then you didn't never really forgive.
No, you didn't.
You got to be able to forgive.
Yeah.
We know you ain't going to forget, but you got to be able to forgive.
Because forgiveness is divine.
Yeah. We hope that helps you. Yeah. Let's move along to the next step. The next step is to close the door behind you. Mm-hmm. It all goes
hand in hand. Yeah.
Hand in hand.
You say you forgive, close that door. Don't open that door back up.
Absolutely.
Do not open that door. Once you forgive something that's happened to you in your previous life, close the door.
Yeah, and another thing you don't want to do is if your partner told you something that they did back in the day or something, don't never bring it up to put it back in their face.
Yeah.
After they tell you done talk to them, close that door.
Yeah.
Don't be bringing that back up. That's going to start all kinds of stuff and break so much trust. Like, really? I told you that I used to sleep with these 2 dudes or something, and you going to bring it back up to me calling me a hoe.
Yeah.
Like, you a hoe. You slept with both of them, remember you told me that? I mean, who does that? Mm-hmm. But people do that.
So if your partner tell you something in confident at their vulnerable state, don't throw it back up. That's the worst thing you can do. And people will forgive, but sometimes they don't forget.
Yeah.
And that could be one of the things that they don't forget, that you keep throwing back up their past in front of their face.
Yeah.
So don't do that. That's a big relationship, trust, and bond breaker.
Yeah.
To bring something, and it's not fair fight when you get in an argument. You want to throw past things up like, well, you ain't know. Yeah. Don't do that.
Or throwing stuff up that you forgave him for, and yes, I'm doing air quotes.
Yeah.
If you forgave him, let that thing go, boo-boo.
Let it go.
Okay. All right. So moving right along. Hope that helped.
Yeah.
For the second time. All right, so the last one is the good stuff. Ignite some intimacy.
Yeah.
Now that you got all this communication going on effectively, you done got our book and stuff.
Yeah, but if you haven't got the book, be sure to get the book. Be sure to get the book, guys. Like I said, good key, 7 steps in here. And like I said, this is just the thing. We got worksheets in our I know a lot of people be saying that we could have imprinted the book, the worksheets inside there, but no, I did the worksheets and like I did it to have that pattern interrupt. You guys, like, because I know a lot of people think it's gonna be smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But we put these QR codes in this book the way we did it to interrupt your life, to interrupt your constant flow of consistency that you think you want to. It's like life ain't gonna be like that. Relationships are not gonna be like that. Yeah. So that's why I put these things in the book like that.
And they're also in the book for you and your spouse to have, or you and your partner to have some things to do together, like to reflect together, to take some time away from the book right quick. Let's pull up these worksheets and do some fun activities and do some things that we can learn, you know. Yeah. We can learn more about each other, or, you know, what have you. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you cop that book. Cop the audio book. Yeah.
If you get the audio book, guys, you get the audio book, and we actually give you the ebook for free. Mm-hmm. So it's better bargain to buy the audio book, and you get the ebook for free, and you can follow along in the ebook while you listen to the audio book if you want to, guys. So take the steps, like I said again.
Let's hit step 7. Igniting intimacy. I mean, it's self-explanatory, kind of igniting intimacy. Yeah. But now that you put everything behind you, it's time to get to igniting some intimacy. So do some things together. You know, talk to each other, because intimacy, it starts in the mind. Yeah. It starts beyond the bedroom. Mm-hmm. Okay, so spend some quality time.
Yeah, like this right here. This is what we're doing right here is an intimate setting for us. Mm-hmm. So after we get off the thing with y'all guys, we're gonna go get intimate.
Yes. Okay, bye. No.
But we're married, guys. Yes. So it's God's command.
And the kids gone. Yeah. Hey. Okay, but anyway. Igniting intimacy and rekindling the flame is very important. So take a vacation if you can. You know, that can be to your backyard. I mean, hey, use your mind, but definitely rekindle that flame.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know what floats your boat, what's your partner, but like I said, you got to talk, so you didn't know what floats your partner boat, what floats each other boat. Because it might be intimacy, it might be talking, it might be whatever way that you intimately collect. Like I said, intimacy starts outside of the bedroom. So that means just talking to each other, just sitting down. Sometimes, like I said, we got in the book, we got the 10-minute ritual in the book. That means every day or once a week you sit down and you just talk for 10 minutes, expressing yourself, just to open up and to just express what's been going on with you that day. It can be start off as a frustration time to release some stress or do anything, but pretty soon you can turn it to an intimate setting where you actually sit down, and that's the first time you actually stop and talk. I know for a lot of people, I don't know what your circumstances is, that you work a 9 to 5 or you work. A lot of people work from home and stuff, but for us, we work at home, so we probably do more arguing than most people, but we repair. So we probably argue more than most people because while we work at home, we together 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So I don't think people argue and come back as much as probably we do. Little things, but we argue a lot because we work from home. We're around each other. So when we work at home, she being there in the living room right there, or she be in the office, I been here, and she might be in the room laying in the bed, I might be in here. So we work from home, so we're around each other 24/7. So with people who work and got that 9 to 5, I think you have it even better. You have it better because you're not around each other that much. So you probably around each other a small point of time. Y'all probably taking care of the kids, doing little things, but you got a small window where that small time, it should be probably doing more talking, doing more intimacy talking, putting the phone down, being attuned, being more attentive, and not being so mundane, so complacent about sex life.
What is mundane? For those who don't know.
You know, normalize everything so normal, ordinary, routine. Don't be routine with your sex life, and don't be routine with just be spontaneous. Hey, you get in a relationship, make sure you're attracted to the person you're in a relationship with. Because in the end, the farther you go down there, if you're not attracted, then attraction's going to go further away. Mm-hmm. And for some people, they act on not being attracted. They become bitter, and they might, stop giving sex in a relationship. Don't never use sex as a grudge to hold from your partner, because in the Bible says, especially if you're married, the Bible says only time you should withhold sex or your body is from a mutual agreement. So both of y'all don't agree and you holding your body off or y'all not having sex, then you can't do it. It should be something you both agree on. And then when you're not with each other, then you should be with God. So there's only two people you should be spending time with: your spouse, God, and your kids if you got kids. Yeah. Sometimes you should neglect your partner from pleasure, sex. So spend time together. Like I said, it's all about time, man. Talking. I think so much we so disconnected by this phone, man. I think people spend more time with this phone than they do actually talking with each other. So if you can put down your phone, have boundaries place where you put down your phone a certain period of time where you just talk to your partner. Maybe if you get off work and you just, the first 10 minutes before you come home and start doing any extra thing you might do, your little thing, you take a shower and everything, but you actually say, these first 30 minutes, I'm going to sit down and talk to my people. I'm going to sit down and talk to my family. I'm going to sit down and talk to my wife. I'm going to sit down and talk to my kids. So do those, especially your wife. So do that time, talking, date night.
Activities. Definitely, again, talking, but not just talking. Have minds. Make love to the mind. Yeah. Okay.
Or podcasts like this, like you say, you watching for real. Watching podcasts like this is enriching your mind. It's it's intimacy. Like, it's maybe not for you, but for us, this right here is intimate talk. Because we talk to each other, and you guys get to hear basically what we actually talk about almost on a regular basis. So we actually let you guys in on our conversations that we kind of have on a regular basis. So I hope this helps. I hope that you guys learned something in this podcast or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, this is the blueprint. Blueprint,
yeah.
Yes, this is episode 2
of
the Healthy Relationship Blueprint.
And we gave you 7 steps. Like, again, the 7 steps. Did we get through?
I done gave it to him 2 times. We gotta give it to him again.
Rewind the video and watch the 7 steps again.
Yes, we're going to close this out because they had vision.
And together,
they build the life that they love. So, go build
that relationship, man. We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe and like.
Share. Watch this again.
Yeah.
Then again.
Yeah.
Share it. That's the only way other people going to get to it.
Yeah. And we want to help. Our vision is to help relationship grow and mature to healthy relationships, so they won't be transferred. So we won't transfer unhealthy relationships to the next generation, because as we see these kids out here, man, they need help, and they watching. Only reason why they like this because they watched they watched us. They watched the people before them, and that whatever they do, they're gonna magnify. So the next generation after this. We ain't seen nothing yet. We don't contain this. We don't get a hold of this. We don't start changing the trajectory of healthy communication styles and family and stuff. Then we're going to watch things get a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
But we up out of here.
We'll see you the next one.
We got to go get intimate.
Good night.
Get the book. Copy the book.
Get the book. It's on Amazon.
Check in the description or, in the...
It is in the description. So check the description. Get the book. It's on Amazon. And we'll see you in the next one.
Go build. What's up, visionaries? Thanks for watching. Be sure to catch the other videos to this video by clicking the box above with the video in it. And also, never ever miss another episode. Click the lions with the 10 nail to the right to be sure to subscribe. Until next time, see you on the next one.